Betrayal within the Bloodline, Triple H ruining Johnny Gargano. Sasha Banks teases joining another promotion. Alexa Bliss lashes out at WWE fans. Bray Wyatt's WWE status changed. Bray Wyatt's White Rabbit storyline drastic change. Let's jump right in. Sasha Banks teases joining another promotion. Sasha Banks is currently out of in-ring action amid her hiatus from WWE. However, she recently sent a message to Miyu Yamashita. The 27-year-old took to Twitter to share a photo of herself with the boss after their recent exchange on social media. Responding to the same, Banks sent a three-worded message as she teased the idea of a potential crossover and match with Yamashita. "See you soon," wrote Banks. In response to Banks' reply, Yamashita claimed that she was looking forward to meeting the former Raw Women's Champion again, looking forward to that day, wrote Yamashita. A few months ago, Banks walked out of WWE alongside Naomi. The former WWE Women's Tag Team Champions were reportedly unhappy with the creative direction. Since then, the women's tag team titles have been vacated, and it wasn't until a few weeks ago that WWE crowned a new set of champions in the form of Alia and Raquel Rodriguez. The titles are currently held by Dakota Kai and Io Sky, members of Bayley's faction Damage CTRL. Sasha Banks has been out of in-ring action for months, but that didn't prevent WWE Hall of Famer Ric Flair from joking that he would like to face the former Raw Women's Champion. Speaking to TMZ, the Nature Boy stated that he would be open to the idea of facing Banks at WrestleMania. "I'm thinking about wrestling Sasha Banks. Maybe we'll go up against WrestleMania." Additionally, Flair provided an update on his in-ring future. The multi-time world champion recently competed in his final match when he teamed up with Andrade El Idolo to face the duo of Jay Lethal and Jeff Jarrett. Flair added, "I don't know. I don't want to say, I've already promised. Right now I'm not doing anything. But never say never, right?" It remains to be seen if Banks will return to in-ring action or if a match against Miyu Yamashita is in the works. Yamashita competed in AEW in 2022 when she challenged Thunder Rosa for the Women's World Championship. Alexa Bliss lashes out at WWE fans. WWE superstar Alexa Bliss recently hit back at trolls for their disheartening comment. Every fandom has its own toxic elements, and the world of professional wrestling is no different. With as passionate as fans are about the industry and their favorite promotions, it's easy for online trolls to derail discussions and even harass WWE superstars. While speaking in an interview with Metro, Alexa Bliss spoke about how hard she works only to entertain the fans. She opened up about how hectic her schedule is and how emotionally, mentally, and physically exhausted she gets after an entire week's work. "I feel like a lot of people don't really understand. 9 times out of 10 when you see us performing, we are going on no sleep, we are going on beat up bodies because we do travel 4, 5, 6 days a week. We are emotionally exhausted, we are mentally exhausted, we are physically exhausted, but we are doing it to entertain everyone else." The former women's champion further described how disheartening it is to see how people treat wrestlers. Bliss expressed her disappointment and said that fans don't consider them as humans. "I agree that everyone should have the right to speak their opinion. But when you talk about us as human beings, people, and not our characters, that's where the line stops, and I don't feel like that's okay. But we do it because we love what we do, we love entertaining people. It's really disheartening and heartbreaking when we are putting our all out there." At only 31 years old, Alexa Bliss has been to the top of the mountain in WWE. Having portrayed several personas, she's managed to become a 5-time WWE Women's Champion, a Money in the Bank winner, and just the second ever Women's Triple Crown Champion. No matter how much she achieves, though, some internet trolls have continued to target her and her colleagues. In continuation of her interview with Metro, Alexa stated that she has always given her physical best, yet she has received harsh comments from trolls. "It's my physical best. I know it may look like my best, but that's all the energy I had to give that day. I gave my personal all," she pondered. "We're told how terrible we are and how we should be fired. That's not nice, and people forget that there is a person behind the character we are portraying on TV." It has been rumored that Alexa Bliss might join Bray Wyatt's new faction, Wyatt 6, in the near future. What are your thoughts on this? Sound off in the comments section below. Bray Wyatt's WWE status changed. Bray Wyatt is now reportedly the #1 babyface on the WWE SmackDown roster, according to a report by PW Insider. Wyatt returned at Extreme Rules and has since been positioned on the SmackDown brand. The star has since continued to tell his story on the Blue brand and is now reportedly slated as the main babyface, with Drew McIntyre dropping down to second. WWE has internally slotted Bray Wyatt as the top babyface for the SmackDown brand, PWInsider.com has confirmed. Drew McIntyre is currently slotted as the second on that list. The report also noted that Wyatt is currently dominating merchandise sales as the company's #1 at the moment, which is why there are plans for more to be rolled out. There are reportedly plans in place for the Firefly Funhouse creatures to be made into plush characters. WWE fans followed the White Rabbit for several weeks before it was revealed that Bray Wyatt was the man behind the clues at Extreme Rules. The plot has since thickened, with it being made clear that Wyatt himself is stuck being the servant to something much bigger than himself. So far, the WWE Universe has been introduced to Uncle Howdy, but more characters are expected to be revealed in the coming weeks. Since the Firefly Funhouse cast have already been seen, it remains unclear what the big story behind Wyatt's recent on-screen promos is, but the WWE Universe remains obsessed with Wyatt, following the clues that are left by him after each appearance on SmackDown. Who do you think is hiding behind the Uncle Howdy mask? Have your say in the comments section below. Bray Wyatt's White Rabbit storyline drastic change. Bray Wyatt's WWE return continues to be a huge talking point among those in the world of wrestling. Despite how his promo sounded last week on SmackDown, it's being reported that Wyatt is positioned internally as the #1 babyface on the brand. Since returning, his merchandise sales have skyrocketed to the top of the company. All of these things stemmed from the White Rabbit marketing that we saw through most of September. According to Mike Johnson of PW Insider, those within WWE management are especially happy regarding how Bray Wyatt's return was handled with the interactive White Rabbit marketing. This includes all of the hints and QR codes that led to Wyatt's return at Extreme Rules. So much so that it seems WWE plans to utilize more ideas like this going forward. These concepts were initially shot down in the past when talent pitched them to management, but under the Triple H regime that has evidently changed. The QR codes continued on SmackDown Friday night, with Bray Wyatt's latest promo, which sent fans down another rabbit hole of interesting information. The initial code sent the WWE Universe to Wyatt's psychiatric evaluation from May 23, 1987. The client ID was discovered to be a phone number. When you called the number, you could hear Bray Wyatt say, "Who knows? Not me. I never lost control. Who knows? Not me. We never lost control." These lyrics come from the David Bowie song The Man Who Sold the World. Bowie is also known for having multiple personas throughout his musical career. This seems to hint that we will be dealing with Wyatt's various personas in the weeks and months to come on WWE programming. What are your thoughts on WWE being on board to do more things like the White Rabbit marketing going forward? Did you enjoy the way Wyatt's return to the company was handled? Let us know your thoughts by sounding off in the comments section below. Triple H ruining Johnny Gargano. Vince Russo was far from pleased with Johnny Gargano carrying around a whistle in backstage segments on this week's episode of WWE Raw. One of the most heavily featured storylines on the latest edition of the Monday Night Show was the saga surrounding The Miz, Dexter Lumis, and Gargano. A few hours before the show, the former WWE champion took to Twitter to boast about knowing a secret that could blow up the internet. Although the A-lister didn't reveal anything in front of the Charlotte, North Carolina fans, Johnny Gargano claimed to know The Miz's secret and threatened to blow his cover if he didn't speak the truth. While this was intriguing enough, Vince Russo blasted WWE for having Gargano carry around a white to demonstrate he was a whistleblower. Speaking on Sportskeeda's Legion of Raw, the former WWE head writer said that Triple H's booking of this storyline resembled the way Vince McMahon used to book. Johnny Gargano is walking at the back with a whistle now. Come on, that's like the lowest possible common denominator. The great Triple H strikes again. I don't even know if the guy is back at the show. All I know is, he's supposedly responsible for all of this. This is a Vince McMahon, once again. Johnny Gargano is gonna blow a whistle. That's why he's walking around with a whistle in his hand. This is Vince McMahon, 101, said Vince Russo. Apart from the ongoing storyline with The Miz, Gargano competed against the recently returned Baron Corbin on the Monday Night Show. The former Intercontinental Champion's on-screen manager JBL was present in the commentary box during the bout, reiterating the fact that his client was a modern-day wrestling god. As expected, Corbin emerged victorious over Johnny Gargano, accumulating his second straight win on Raw. Following the loss, an angry Gargano came across The Miz again, warning him that he would reveal the truth about Dexter Lumis' situation if the A-lister didn't. What do you make of Vince Russo's take on Johnny Gargano carrying around a whistle on Raw? Sound off in the comments section below. Betrayal within the Bloodline. WWE Universe share their thoughts on the possibility of Sami Zayn breaking free from the shackles of the Bloodline and taking on Roman Reigns at Elimination Chamber 2023. Zayn's association with the Bloodline is currently one of the hottest acts in professional wrestling. While he is currently in the good books of Reigns, many, including Kevin Owens, believe that the head of the table is just using Sami for his benefit and will throw him away when the time comes. WWE recently announced that next year's edition of the Elimination Chamber Premium Live event will take place in Montreal, Canada, on February 18th. Montreal is the hometown of Sami Zayn, which led many fans to speculate that he could be involved in a major match at the event. Taking to social media, Twitter user @WrestleOps initiated an interesting conversation, asking others their thoughts on a potential match between Honorary Uce and the head of the table at Elimination Chamber. Led by Roman Reigns, Bloodline is one of the most dominant factions in professional wrestling today. The group currently holds almost all the major titles in the men's division, and the addition of Sami Zayn and Solo Sikoa to their ranks has further strengthened them. However, Sami's inclusion has not been well received by Jey Uso, who claims he can see through the former NXT champion's act. Zayn recently spoke with WWE Germany about the issues between him and Jey, encouraging the latter to give him a chance with the faction. "The weirdest thing is we've always been very cool," Zayn said. "You can see videos even from us in NXT when they came down there. We're dancing together, we're hanging out, we've always gotten along great." I do think that the rivalry he had with Roman Reigns a couple of years ago, in my opinion, did something to him. To become the right-hand man in all of this is obviously a position he takes very seriously. I kind of understand not wanting to roll out the welcome mat to an outsider at first, but at this point, come on come on Uce. While Jey may not like the idea of Sami Zayn being involved with the Bloodline, the WWE Undisputed Tag Team Champion has been instructed by Roman Reigns to sort out the issues. Whether Reigns generally cares about Zayn being in the group or is it all part of a grand ruse by the tribal chief, only time will tell.
I can feel the blood creeping up from the heathens. Got will, got fight, got pride, got reason. If they wanna go eat, then you know I'm gon' feed them. If you're coming for me, hope you're ready for a demon. I got eyes in the back of my head.